Welcome back, everyone, and I would really like to thank everyone for all the support, comments, shares. It means a lot to me, and it just drives me to bust through all the lies that have been told and to work as hard as I can to try to get the best content as I can to everyone. And I want to do some recaps of all the events that have unfolded and how I think they play into a bigger picture. First off, we have confirmed that those strikes that India said hit Jaish Mohammed, all those buildings are completely standing. Nothing was hit. No one was killed. It's been confirmed. So it's absolute lie. The opposition party in India says we want evidence to Modi. Modi says asking for evidence is helping the enemy. You can't even ask this old man for evidence. So, I mean, he has no desire to provide evidence because he knows it's a lie. He knows it's an inside job. Like I said before, I'll stick by that. I'm not going to budge. It's obvious. So my biggest problem is we made good gesture. Pakistan made great gesture. Imran Khan did. He released the pilot. Uh, and then he has froze the assets at Jaish Mohammed, and he has apprehended some of them. To look good again, to the international community. But here's my problem with that. They say you got to crack down on all terror groups. What's your definition of a terror group? Well, I mean, the laws of it, what's the laws of a terror group? And pretty much India's definition of a terrorist group is any group that they don't like. That's the bottom line. And there's an old quote: I do not care about what laws are made. Show me the judge. And that's what India wants to do. They want to be the judge, okay? Jaish-e-Mohammed is a terror group because they don't like India, in India, Kashmir, and the way they treat the people. So they're a terror group. And now if you ask India, is PTM with Manzoor Pashtun, that hates Pak army, that hates Pakistan, that's trying his damnedest to destabilize the country. Is he a terror group? Oh, let's see now. He hates Pakistan. He wants to ruin our economy and country. And he's friendly with India. No, he's a humanitarian. See how that goes? So, I mean, you can go to any country. I mean, they had a polling in the United States here among far left liberals that are like, you think conservatives should be rounded up and put in jails? And they said yes. So you can go to pretty much any country there it is, first world, and ask them if the people they don't like are terrorists, and most of them are. So the word defining who's a terrorist and what their punishment should be is pretty much an eye of the beholder. There's no foundation to it, There's no real third party. They don't want a third party to look at it and come in. I mean, India, Kashmir, if you put NATO troops there, they would say they're terrorists. Oh yeah, we shot 10 NATO people because they were terrorists and they were, trying to kill our soldiers or some stupid thing like that. But I think positive things are definitely happening. I mean, first off, the international community did not jump to India's side right away. If this would have happened anywhere in the last 25 years, there would have been heavy sanctions on Pakistan. There would have been all kinds of commotions. This is not happening anymore. Things are changing, definitely. And this is bugging India. That they don't have the power and stranglehold over places like Pakistan that they used to have. They see their power slipping away, and it's bugging them. Now, a lot of people wanted me to ask, how about Israel? Is Israel involved in this? So my take on it. The bombs were Israeli Spice Glide bombs, okay? And I'll sum up Israel by this. It's a short-term country. They can only think about 2 years in advance, at most. I mean, it's the most ridiculous relationship they have in the world with India. They trade in military equipment, okay? And they buy the military equipment. But then at the same time, they buy oil from Iran with Indian rupees. So they got these Indian rupees. So the only thing they can really do is buy back from India. And it's just the most absurd relationship in the world. And Iran could take Indian rupees that they got from the oil and make an order to India for $300 million worth of suicide vests, okay? Then India would make that order with a defense contractor in Israel. They'd make these suicide vests with C4 or whatever. They'd send them to frickin' India. Iran would buy these suicide vests with Indian rupees to them. They give them to Hezbollah and Hamas, and he'd kill Israelis with it. You know, that could actually happen. That's how ridiculous it is. And it doesn't even stop there. If Iran wanted to make a second order, they could say, okay, India, order some high-tech speakerphones, amplified speakerphones from Israel contractor. They could order them, bring them back there, give them to Hezbollah, and they could get on a speakerphone to some of these mercenaries that Israel hires and yell, hey, we'll pay you more than Israel. And they could give them a bunch of Indian rupees and they'd probably turn around and shoot the Israelis. And you got the United States and Europe looking back at this three-ring circus relationship between these three countries, just like, what is going on with this 2-chromosome Down syndrome operation? I mean, unreal. I mean, Israel's going to eventually have to just let India go. I know they got some financial connections. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And the Likud party, that right-wing Likud party, trying to match up with some nationalist Hindu party and get this coalition to take on Muslims, you know? Come on, man. You're living 500 years in the past. You try something stupid like that, every bleeding heart liberal from Greenland to frickin' Antarctica is going to be calling you the Judeo-Hindu crusade, you know, Islamophobic. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think Israel should just chill out. If you want to sell weapons, sell them to Saudi or Qatar or Emirates. And then they can give them weapons to Pakistan. Some of that will actually hold stability in a region. Okay? Because the truth behold, India's out of control. They are the most out of control country possibly in the world right now. Because they do not listen to the United States at all right now. I mean, we said sanctions on Iran. Did they do sanctions on Iran? No, they didn't. They got that loophole and they bought with Russian rupees, okay? Did they listen to us with Venezuela? No, they're talking to them. Even when we're talking to North Korea, even when China was not even trading with them, India was over there trying to trade with them then. We didn't want them to buy S-400 missiles. They bought them from Russia. So, I mean, everyone says they're an ally with the United States. No, they're not. No. I'll guarantee the United States has India on a long-term radar. In Trump's last speech, he clearly said it. He could have made an example of any country. He said, you know, we're not going to be taken advantage by other countries, such as India, that tariffs us 100%. When we hardly tariff anything they got, it's not fair. Now, when Trump makes messages like this, it's very symbolic. It sounds like, well, that's no big deal. It is a big deal. What he's pretty much doing is he's calling out the Indian government, and he's telling them, we're not happy with you. We know the games you're playing. You're not listening to us on any issues. You're selfish. You're out for yourself. We know damn well, our CIA knows damn well everything you've done to Pakistan all throughout the years. We have all the intelligence on it. We know the game you're playing with them. You know the game we're playing with us. They know everything. So I really want to make my point clear to all Pakistanis. You're not alone in this game. There are some very powerful people out there that understand what India's doing, and they will put them in their place. Because they look at the way they bully Kashmir, the way they bully even Nepal. People from Nepal, they don't like them. They don't like their government. I've talked to many of them. We all know that. But as they get more powerful, they're going to bully more people and more people all the time. That is national security threat to the United States. It really, truly is. And they will be dealt with. Donald Trump said they will be dealt with. They laugh it off. And they're constantly instigating things. Now that you had a freaking submarine trying to come in there, they do the same shit all the time. They instigate and agitate. And then the second you do something back to them, then they cry that you're a terrorist and want, get everyone against you. They did that in the 1999 war. As soon as they started getting their ass kicked in that Pakistan-India war in 99, what did they do? They cried to the international community to boycott them. And I get a lot of PMs from you guys saying they do it online. They go online, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff, and they'll just talk smack all day to you. They'll say, Porkistanis and pigs and all this garbage and terrorists and all this. You say a couple words back to defend yourself, they all group up on you, turn you in, and get you banned. So there are people, I don't like even when they say, well, the government's bad, but the people are good. A lot of the people are pieces of shit there too, And you guys just, I know it's tough times, but this has been a success. This has been a success, the whole thing. Imran Khan came out of this looking great. The Pak army came out of this looking great. India is the one that lost this battle clearly. And the United States' eye is on India, and they're going to learn a very, very tough lesson in the future. But like I said, everything's a lot better than it may seem. Things move slow, but things eventually are going to escalate more and more and more. And good times are ahead. I'm happy, and I think you should be happy too. So